Well, we're here at a historic bowling center for a chance at history where Cortez Shenck is taking on Keith Fung. If he wins, he becomes the JBT's all-time career title holders, looking for his 64th career title. That's Tez shooting, oh wow, shooting in the third frame and crumbling up the big four there, but he's already got himself a 9-pin lead if he can spare up that 4-pin. Rachel Berg's just finishing up her practice shots in the handicap division. She's taking on Dante Rowe for the handicap title. Two veterans going at it there. They have the same handicap, so we got ourselves two scratch division title matches here. Scratch A and Scratch B. Both Dante and Cortez have ran the stepladder to this point. Tez has beaten Brian Van Sickle, Kyle Duster, and Nick Devlin, while Dante has gotten by Tyler Hedges, Matthew Adranya, and Philip Sauvé to get to this point. Tez uses maximum speed over there, almost fouled. He came out of his shoes on that ball. Fung has bowled brilliantly, but I can't imagine that he wants to play a ladder climbing Tez to get to this point. This is to tie it up, however. And he has it. He's got a really good look at the pocket. Keith gets a rotten break there in the fourth, 4-9ing to give Cortez a lead, and you don't want to do that. He is scrappy tough coming from behind, but he is deadly when he's got himself a lead, and unless Keith makes this, he'll have at least an 11-pin lead going in. That's the first shot of the match for Donnie, getting a strike there. 238 to 221 over Sauvé, 213 to 184 over Adranya, 206 to 177 over Hedges. Well, it started to get close at the end, but it's an open frame and an early lead for Shenck. "63 wins ago, he was a 10 or 11-year-old out in Roswell, New Mexico, January 3rd, 2011. Here we are, January 9th, 2016, just barely over 5 years. That's over 12 wins a year average. It's a prodigious winning rate. He's got time to win a heck of a lot more. This season he's got time to win a heck of a lot more, let alone in the career. He told me once he wanted to get to 100, and there is no reason why not. Right now he just wants to throw a strike on this next frame. That's a good reason of how he's gotten this far. Stood up a little bit. If he's done anything wrong in this stepladder, he's occasionally stood up on some of his shots, and that every time you stand up on it, that means your feet were a little fast, your right arm is going to compensate by coming across your body a little bit. That usually leads to a high hit, and that's been the case every time, and here he does not get away with it, leaving the nose split. It's important that he gets two out of this, though, to maintain a 1-pin count lead. I know it's frustrating when you open, but he's a smart bowler. And, boy, almost got the... That's the right way to go about making that, if you can. Rowe's been back and forth on equipment. He's been down to urethane. He's been up to his most aggressive ball. I believe this is a third ball in the stepladder. Fung has got to be absolutely relieved that Tez didn't come up and double there and put him away early, but instead he gives it right back to him. Oh, man. He's been at or near the lead all week, all day long. Qualified at plus 119 in first place. Lost the lead a little while in the semis, but gained it back with 238, 279 his last two games to be your top seed at plus 334 on a medium-high scoring day today. Laid out the white pattern, which is one of USBC's 3 modified house patterns. Get those egos back in check after main event. Led to a plus 33 cut. That was Vanessa Romero. She ended up losing the women's series title match to Adele Warner. It would have been Adele and not Van Sickle in the first stepladder match if Adele didn't miss a spare in the 10th frame of the 8th game. And who knows if that would have been different, as Adele whacked 230 there in the girls' title match. The little things lead to big results sometimes in bowling tournaments. So Keith trails by 12, both bowlers on opens. 5 frames to go. He got that ball much better in the mid lanes, further out in the lane, down the lane. I would have been very surprised if either bowler rolls under 200 this game, and both of them are under a 200 pace right now, but I think they're both going to finish strong here in the second half. Just poetry in motion watching this kid bowl. Stay down with that much better. Yeah, ball responds. If the timing is good, he doesn't pop up out of it, the ball's definitely going to pocket, then it's just a matter of carrying. He got a 10 pin to fall directly forward to win the match against Devlin. Had to strike in the 10th and got it. That was really, the danger match. He led comfortably most of the first 2 games. Looked like the lanes transitioned on him just a little bit. If he was gonna lose, I think that might have been the game. Of course, still plenty of match left here to go. He likes that one and gets the 10 pin to tickle. A lot of people sticking around to see if he can pull this off. Winning 4 matches against the likes of Van Sickle, Duster, Devlin, and Fung, not easy to do. Tez pretty much has to respond, Fung pretty much has to respond here with the double of his own in the 7th frame. A lot deeper on the lane. And that broken up 7-10 to leave only a half 10 is going to be critically bad for him, as he's going to fall behind by 22 pins here, even if he makes it. Rowie has started double spare. Oh, and destroys that rack, my goodness. Berg also started double spare and had a 1-pin lead before a washout in the 4th frame. Rowie responds by crushing that rack. Fung's got to have this spare. Boy, just barely clips it. Well, he can strike out for 215. Tez going at a 206 pace, so it is in that must-strike scenario just about for Keith. You never want to be the one, you never want to be on the other side of a perfect game in baseball. You never want to be, the team that lost and made the other team go 16-0, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You don't want to be the back end of history, is what I'm long-winded trying to say. Keith will reset while Dante shoots that 1-2-4 and covers it nicely. Oh, now a blower 7. It is not going well for Keith this match so far. Tez has a chance to put it away early. It's been a matter of if. It's been a matter of when, not if, for quite some time, as Rachel puts her hands on her head, and accurately so, as that was not a good shot. Quickly improving Berg, though. She would have been well in the scratch cut today. Just missing the top 2 in the girls. That ball hooks on him, and now it's rapidly falling apart for Fung, as he has bowled so great today, but not a tape he's going to watch on YouTube very often so far. I expect Shenck to do nothing less than put the hammer down right here. You betcha. Cruise control. I got to admit, I kind of would have liked it if it came down to must double in the 10th to get the all-time record. To tie the title, he had to grind out a 180 win back in Phoenix last month. Had a very good main event, finishing in 5th. It would have been ultra sweet for him to break the record by winning main event. I don't think he cares really if it comes at main event, golden pin, if there's a snowstorm against 4 entries in Cleveland. You know where the most snow on the ground in the United States is right now? Flagstaff, Arizona. True story. Oh, well, and there you go. He went from messenger. He went from a messenger that broke up the 7-10 but missed the 10 to a blower 7. Now he's got them both standing at once. This is falling apart completely on Fung, and the only thing that'll prevent him from hitting the delete button repeatedly is if he can be the first bowler to ever make the 7-10 on camera, on our cameras at least.
On the camera of you?
That's right. That's right. Nice spare from Dante. He's in good shape over there as well. This would be a highlight in a reel of lowlights. No. He's going to shoot his low score by a mile. Boy, 7:27 in the semis, 11:19 for 5 in qualifying, and you had to have the feeling when that strike fell in the 10th frame of the last game for Cortez that was the big question mark overcome. Certainly nothing against Keith, who bowled brilliantly to get this far, but not the game he wanted. Looks like a really good ball change in the 10th, which will only make him go, if only, even more. He'll get his wins. Right now, Rachel is on a string of opens as well. She's got to refine the pocket too. Rocking that ebonite shirt, by the way. Nicely done. Rachel was just a beginning handicap bowler not so long ago, and she works tirelessly on her game. And now Keith has a chance to be the first person to make the big 6 on camera. We have not had one of these successfully converted on camera.
We made it earlier today.
What's that?
He called 4 or 5.
That he's going to get 4?
He called 4 or 5.
I think he called 4. Yeah, he called 4, so give him the Powerball. Here we go. Oh, it's close. Oh! A really disappointing 161 for Fung. A better shot from Berg, but she's trailing by about 40. And a victory lap for the greatest of all time at our level. I have been on record for many years saying he has every opportunity to be the greatest at all time at any level. We will all be excited to see how it develops from here. The kid's a high school bowler, and oh dear, Rachel is now having a Fung-like performance. Both top-seeded bowlers are going to bowl one of their worst games of the day, as the 4 and 5 seeds, Tez 4 and Dante 5, are going to climb the ladder and win titles. That's it. The best. Everybody else in the scratch division feels like the dude on Cortez's shirt. It's a Dia de la Muerte for everybody else in the record books. Kyle King, you are great, you are awesome, you are a fine young man, but you will have to step aside for the best we have ever had. Big round of applause for him. A lot of people fully aware of what just happened right there. 5s all the way around. Oh, and a huge break for Roe as he's getting a free ride in the title match now. He can't lose. It's going to be Dante and Tez climbing the ladder on the same day. So personal history for Roy. This will be his 5th career win. Not many folks get to 5 wins in the handicap division. Our all-time record in handicap, I think, is 10. KJ and Steven, somewhere around 8, 9, 10. Rachel will be back, just like Keith will be back, but right now it's do what she just did to the pins. Give them a big fine, be that way. Move on to tomorrow. Oh, it's an ebonite ball. Can't get that. Chins up for both Keith and Rachel. I know this is a miserable spot to be in. You like to show what you've done all day, not get run over from the top seed. But everybody who's here knows, anybody who's bowled a bowling tournament knows how great you have to be bowling just to get the opportunity to be on camera. Just the second half of the game for Rachel and Keith was no bueno. It's all right. Dante sort of had his challenge moment in the semis against Philip too. Philip kind of had him there until some 9th and 10th frames did not go the way this guy intended them to go. Almost made a big split in the 10th. They both survived semifinal tests and rolled in the title match. Well, now that the sort of valve has been uncorked, how far will Tez carry it? He may never lose again. He may never win again. You don't know with bowling. I think I think both of those statements will be utterly wrong, but nothing wrong about the way he's gone. 64 wins, folks. 10 wins is sort of our unofficial Hall of Fame. You get to 10, you've had a rare air career with us. When you look at the names on our record page that have gotten to just 10, they are all spectacular bowlers, without any exception whatsoever. To get to 10 6 times over and be halfway to 7 times over is just indescribably a credit to him and his entire entourage. 242 scratch, credit to Dante as well. Huge game to win title number 5.